Hey guys, it's ExandShadow, and welcome back to Let's Play Banjo-Tooie. In the last part, we finished up Hailfire Peaks, and in this part, we are going to be doing a tiny bit of cleaning up in earlier levels before going on to our next level, and the final level in the entire game. Now, here we've got another Cheeto cheat here. I think this is the last, important one that we're going to be getting, meaning the last one that actually does anything. This is Honey Pack, which basically just, well, gives us honey back. It's an invincibility, it's a health refill cheat. All you have to do is stand still and you'll be gain back any health that you lost, is basically the general theme of it. Now there is a legitimate invincibility cheat hidden in the game, and it's called Honey King, if I remember correctly. Basically, I think you find that by looking at one of the hidden signs in Jiggy Wiggy's temple, or or maybe it's the Gruntilda. It's a Gruntilda's fortune-telling hut in Witchy World thing. I don't really remember where you're supposed to find out that it exists, but if you find it, you get pure invincibility as opposed to this sort of makeshift invincibility, you know, where you get your honeycombs back just as soon as you lose them, you know. But, not that big of a deal. Anyway, we're doing some minor cleaning up in Jolly Roger's Lagoon just because, well, it's time, you know. Damn it. You could do this after you do the next level, but I just wanted to get it out of the way now, because once you do something in the next level, you'll basically get on there. Jesus Christ, how hard is it to jump on an egg? Anyway, after you beat Jolly Roger's Lagoon, after you beat the next level, you'll basically have 100% of Jolly Roger's Lagoon. So I just wanted to get these last couple of Jiggies in the level done and over with before I started the next level. Although we are going to have to be doing a little bit of cleaning up after the last level anyway. But, you know, it's just not that big of a deal. So, if you remember correctly, there are two major things that we had left to do in Jolly Roger's Lagoon. Besides the pool cleanup, which we're not going to be able to do until the last level anyway. First off is Tip Top's Kid, which you need to use the hatch ability from Pterodactyl Land in order to use. Now, we could have done this way back when we were doing the Grunty's Industries cleanup mission, but I decided to do it now because there is actually an ability from Hailfire Peaks we need in order to get one of the last couple of things in Jolly Roger's Lagoon. First off is the Smugglers Cavern Jiggy, which you do need glide in order to reach. Now, I don't think you actually need to do the flip-flop jump, or leg spring actually is more accurate. Leg spring glide combination. I think you could just jump and glide, but, you know, I like leg springing because it's fun, so, sucks to be you. But yeah, see, look, you can get tons and tons of distance with this thing, even without really all that much more air, you know? It's just, it goes such a long way that you can go pretty much wherever you want. It's just a matter of finding the highest vantage point possible. Anyway, we're back in Atlantis, because although I'm pretty sure we've gotten all 9 Jiggies we can get at this point, there's still a Cheeto page that we need to get. And yeah, this is one of, 2 instances in the game where the game expects you to backtrack for Cheeto pages. The other one being Dippy's Cavern, which, again, you can cheat your way past pretty easily. And I think you can cheat your way past this part too with Clockwork Kazooie eggs, but it's just easier to do it with the actual glide maneuver, since there is something that you need to use the real legit glide for. Actually, thinking about it, with good enough aim, I should say, you probably could get the Smuggler's Cavern Jiggy using Clockwork Kazooie eggs. You know, I'm actually going to have to try that out, going back to Jolly Roger's Lagoon after Pterodactyl Land instead of after Hailfire Peaks, because, you know, that if you could use Clockwork Kazooie eggs to do all of this backtracky stuff, that would make things so much easier, and it would get a ton of backtracking done and out of the way, you know? But there you just saw the honeyback cheat in action, obviously because you always start solo Banjo and solo Kazooie with less than full health, and after a certain amount of time you'll start gaining those honeycomb pieces back. So, yeah, that's how it works. And we have basically 100%ed Jolly Roger's Lagoon at this point. We'll never have to go back into this level ever again, because the Jiggy we get from the Pig's Pool mission will automatically appear in our inventory as soon as we finish it. So, that's nice, I suppose. But anyway, now that we're done with that little backtracking spiel, something that begins with an S. Now that we're done with that backtracking, which I actually now think that you can get done after Pterodactyl Land, but I'll have to try that out on my own time to see if it works. We are taking care of our opening to the last level of the game. Yep, we are getting to the end of it, folks. It's so sad to see it finally end. Anyway, yeah, I'm not following my own advice here by well, not going after all of these well, now I'm going after some of the edge pieces, but you're really better off going after all the edge pieces first. I'm just trying to go after what piece I can visualize the background to first, which is not the smartest way to go about it, I don't think. But actually, I think the grid is like there's 4 jigsaw pieces on the sides, and I think there's 5 across, although I might be wrong about that. And so yeah, it's really not a hard jigsaw puzzle. It's just, you know, especially, it's not a hard jigsaw puzzle if you go after the edges first. That's an edge piece, you moron. Yeah, if you go after the edges first, this is a really pathetically easy puzzle, even in the later stages of the game. Although, later puzzles, yes, we're not done with these things. Later puzzles will actually require us to use all of the pieces in the thing. So we're not going to get any freebie pieces next time we try to do one of these puzzles. We are going to actually have to, well, complete a puzzle on our own. We have to do something that 4-year-olds do. Oh no! The horror. The horror! Yeah. Crystals and Pokemon Gold, Silver versions. Excuse me. Yeah. And, okay, so I'm pretty sure I already showed you guys the entrance to this level earlier on, because there are a couple of notes hidden through here. You know, it's through this crack here. But, so, you can't, if you're like super speedrunny, and you want to get 100% speedrun as fast as possible, you're going to want to wait until you unlock this cutscene before you do any of the, before you collect those notes there. But, you know, that's like a matter of, what, 10 seconds added onto my playthrough time. I'm not gonna risk forgetting about them just for that. Anyway, we could unlock the last level now and, you know, beat the game. But, don't feel like it. I feel obligated to show off the last level. Mostly because it's a 100% playthrough and I am required to show off the last level. So anyway, we jump in a bubble and then prepare to get high, folks. And I mean that in both a literal and figurative sense. Well, actually, both literal senses, you know. You get high because we're in Cloud Cuckoo Land and, well, get intoxicated on illegal substances because this place is fucking messed up, dude. This is by far one of the most bizarre levels I have seen in any video game ever. You want some proof of that? The first thing we see is a jumping, jacking anteater. There is a giant floating block of cheese in the background. This level... Okay, I think Rare just took a fuck ton of drugs. And then, well, they created this level afterwards. And, yeah, nothing about this level is orthodox. Just get logic out of your brain to begin with. Like, for example, those plants, they're our main source of transportation in the entire game. Well, not the entire game, in this entire level. Warp pads are basically a thing of the past in this level because, well, we've only got 2. There's one to the main. Section in the center of the mountain. You know, the mountain that has a door to us right behind us. There's a warp pad in there, and there's a warp pad in the very beginning of the level. Other than that, though, there are no warp pads, and you're going to have to find your way around this area yourself. Thankfully, the place isn't really all that big. It's just kind of labyrinthian, and you need to find your way. You just need to memorize the different passages and pathways, or try to cheat your way around the system by finding one of the flight pads hidden around the place. Yeah, but trying to find your different areas with like Banjo alone or Mumbo is kind of obnoxious. But that's, you know, it's the last level. You know, this entire game is based around exploration and trying to find your way to places. So trying to make it difficult for you, I guess, is sort of expected since it's the last level. Anyway, that guy, that asshole, his name is Mr. Fit, and you're gonna need to do 3 different challenges with him before you get your Jiggy. So, the first challenge I recommend just taking care of right away, and that's his high jump. All you need to do is open up one of these little dirt mounds with a bill drill, and then take those shoes over to the other side, and then you can make your way over to the high jump thingy. I don't think there's any other way you can beat that mission, but if there is, somebody please let me know. Anyway, you're also going to want to open up all of the other things in there, because there's 2 magic beans that we're going to be using later in the level, and there's an extra honey, well, not an extra honeycomb, there's an empty honeycomb piece there that you're going to want to get, because that's one of the last ones in the game, you know. But yeah, where will this one launch us to? We shall see. Thankfully, however, you don't have to watch this cutscene where you fly over the sky every single time. After you use oh god. What is that up there? Up in the top left? Are my eyes deceiving me? Or... Wait, is that who I think it is? No. Not going after her right now. Not going after her right now. I fear that mission. That is... I have to repress the flashbacks, guys. I just... don't want to deal with her right now, okay? That's just... No. This is Canary Mary. You might remember this asshole from Glitter Gulch Mine. You haven't seen nothing yet. This mission is the bane of my existence. This is the hardest mission in the entire fucking game. And you wanna know why? You have to mash the A button. Sounds simple enough. And if you've got a turbo controller, well, whoop-de-doo. You don't have to worry about this. But if you're a real man, or woman, if you're a badass, I guess that's a better way to put it. If you're a badass, you do this by tapping the A button as fast as you can. And you will lose. You will lose over and over and over and over and over and over again. Now, there are, like, little tricks that you can do to beat Canary Mary, but you've got to realize that in order to even get close to being good enough in order to pull off those tricks, you have to murder your thumb by molesting that A button. You have to basically kill yourself. And no matter what anybody tells you, this first race with Canary Mary and Cloud Cuckoo Land is just a matter of mashing the A button. There is some amount of rubber band AI, but it's not really that much of a thing in this level. You know, it's just a matter of mashing the A button over and 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 over to the point where you want the thing to fall off so the pain will finally stop. I've heard horror stories about this mission. I've heard people saying that they have broken N64 controllers and Xbox 360 controllers just by trying to beat this bitch legitimately, you know? And yeah, you can use the... it is a little bit easier if you try to let Canary Mary stay in front of you for this first mission. But it's not required to do it, because you will lose, and lose, and lose, and lose, and lose over and over and over again no matter what. This is just a matter of pressing the button fast enough. You know, you've just got to murder your thumb throughout this entire thing. Because here's the thing, trying to stay just behind Canary Mary in this mission just enough in order to avoid her rubber banding requires you to press the A button at such a bizarre rate that it'll end up being more painful than just mashing the thing fast enough anyway, just really, really fast anyway. So here, this mission, it's just a matter of mashing the A button. The rubber band AI, ignore it. Just go as fast as you can. This mission is short enough that you can make it on your own without that much of a problem. If your thumb starts to hurt, press the pause button. It does actually work in this mini game, and rest your fingers some in order to give yourself a chance to beat this bitch. Yes, there we go. Finally! Thank God. But we are not done. No, it would be too simple if we were done just by beating her once. No, you have to face Canary Mary twice in Cloud Cuckoo Land. Just like Glitter Gulch Mine if you want to get every single Cheeto page in the entire goddamn game. Thankfully, however, the second mission is a lot easier than the first one, assuming you know the trick. If you don't know the trick, you will lose. And lose. And lose. And, okay, we're almost there, 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 we're almost there. God damn it, I lost. I was this close. Okay, so here's the trick to beating Canary Mary's second race. However, the trick does not necessarily mean you're going to win, because this last section, the last section, is still brutally difficult. The trick to beating Canary Mary on your second time is taking advantage of the rubber band AI. You can't really do it for the first Canary Mary race in Cloud Cuckoo Land, but you sure as hell can take advantage of it for the second Canary Mary race for Cloud Cuckoo Land, and it's basically the only way you can win. You just have to tiptoe behind her the entire time, which makes this entire race go by at a snail's pace. It takes forever. At the very least, the first mission, you know, you could get that done within like a minute of button mashing, you know. The game didn't expect you to have to stay behind her. You know, you had to just mash the button as fast as you can. Here, the game's just deliberately wasting your goddamn time by taking you on a guided tour of Cloud Cuckoo Land. And I mean, sure, I guess it is a good way to get acquainted with where everything is in the level, but it's not going to get you acquainted with what inner passages send you to which places, and you know, which launch flowers send you to which other place, you know. So it's really just sort of a scenery mission. And look at how goddamn slow she's going. I mean, Jesus, lady, how are you supposed to figure this out, you know? This mission is a nightmare if you don't figure out that you've got to take advantage of her rubber band AI, because yeah, I spent weeks on this mission as a kid because I didn't know to stay behind her. And you know, for a long time I just didn't get all the Cheeto pages in the game. I just skipped this last one. And thankfully, you know, the reward for getting all the Cheeto pages isn't really that spectacular, but damn it, man. This is the reason why I hadn't gotten 100%, and it took me so long to get 100% in this game, you know. This one solitary mission is the reason why. And now, you might be thinking that if you just have to do this the entire time, you know, stay behind her, you know, it's a pretty easy race. The thing is, however, you do actually have to get in front of her in order to win, you know, that's how a race works. The first person to the finish line is the winner. So, when you get to the end of the race, the very, very, very end, which we're actually nearing our way to right about now, you know that you're getting to the end once you start going to the top of the mountain, because from there it's basically a roller coaster ride back down to the bottom to Wumba's Wigwam where the race ends, because, you know, it starts where it ends. That's how a lap works. But once you get to the top of the mountain, that's basically your cue that you are actually going to need to speed up relatively soon, because I'm pretty sure that Canary Mary doesn't necessarily speed up at this point, but, you know, it's a good idea to start getting prepared for, like, mashing the button as crazy fast as you possibly can, because you do need to go in front of Canary Mary in a burst of speed in order to win. But the thing is that as soon as you get a good enough distance in front of her, as soon as you start going fast, she'll speed up as well and overtake you. So you've got to wait basically until the very, very, very end. These last couple of seconds are basically the moment of truth. Speed past her. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. See, look at how fast she sped up. I only won by like a millisecond. Yeah. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. That was the hardest mission in the entire goddamn game, and you could see why I decided to get it done and over with right away. Normally I would save this for the end, but fucking Canary Mary, man. Oh, God, I've still got flashbacks from when I was like 10 years old. I couldn't beat her until I became like, I didn't beat this mission until I was like 18, 19 or something. Not until a couple of years ago, you know. Ugh. You are so not worth it. Anyway, with that, the worst is behind us. It can only go up from here. So, I gotta say, I do love that animation where Banjo's just like, wee. Anyway, next time on Let's Play Banjo-Tooie, we are going to explore the inner depths of Cloud Cuckoo Land. Meaning we're going inside that mountain. I'm ExandShadow, and I'll see you guys later.